Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today I've got November's empties to share with you, and this is a pretty big bag, so I'm just going to get straight in. So first out of the bag is this. This is something I saw on Lisa's Subscription Box Addicts channel. I think that's what her channel's called. I'll confirm it. Sorry Lisa. But she raved about this and said how good it was in one of her videos, so I thought I'd give it a try when I spotted it. It is the CN Dry Shampoo in California Breeze. I really liked this actually. It was a really good one. I liked the fragrance of it. Nothing will ever be my favourite rose gold Batiste, but this was really good and it's so cheap. So thank you to Lisa for pointing this out. It's a 200ml can. I think it was £1.29-ish. Please do correct me if I'm wrong if you know, but yeah, it's such an affordable brand, and I think it was from Lidl. It's either Aldi or Lidl's, but I think it was Lidl's because Lidl's is closer to me. Aldi's is quite a way for me to travel, so I think it would have been Lidl's, but don't quote me on it. Next up we have this. This came in a Latest in Beauty box that I bought, not the subscription, but one of their collection boxes. This is the Bayliss Harden Beautycology Coconut and Watermelon Hand Wash, and it's a big 500ml bottle. It's beautiful. It's got a mermaid on it. Now, I actually put this at the sink in my upstairs bathroom, so on the level I'm at. Yeah. I really enjoyed this. Everyone enjoyed using this, and it didn't last as long as I thought it would. I think some people were washing their hands probably more than they needed to, but I'm not going to be complaining about that. Yeah, it was so good. So, I mean, I'd probably consider buying this if I ever saw it anywhere. I've not seen it anywhere ever since, but I suppose if I searched online, I probably would find it. I don't suppose it's that expensive, to be honest. It's a hand wash. I mean, yeah, so anyway, that was good. Next up we have this. This was the Bubble Tea Bath Fizzer Funfetti and Sprinkles. I think this was like a celebration birthday subscription box. Look fantastic, or glossy box. I didn't think that much of this. I thought it smelt really nice, but it felt a disappointment when I put it in the water. I didn't dislike it, but I wouldn't rush out to buy another one, so I wasn't really fussed. Next up we have this. This was from the Bath Fizzer that I did a demo for. I'll link it for if you want to see it, but it was for Halloween. I think it was Mad Beauty, and I picked it up at Boots, so yeah, that was great. It looked great when it was fizzing over. It looked brilliant, so yeah. Next up we have this. This is the Seventh Heaven Halloween Trick or Treat Yourself Peel Off. It's a peel off face mask, and I did this for Halloween and quite enjoyed it. Next up we have this. Now at this point of the year, because it's got colder and darker, I start burning lots of candles. So I have like tea lights along my shelf, and then on my unit in my room I'll have a big jar candle, and I burn it for several hours a day, so I do get through these big ones fast. This was $7.99 from TJ, not TJ Maxx, TK Maxx. It's a sand and fog candle, and it's the pumpkin spice one. It's got a gorgeous design on the top, and I absolutely loved this. This smelled incredible. Oh yeah, it had 2 wicks on the top. It just smelled so good. It really did. So it's a shame you can't buy this one all year round without the fancy Halloween design on it, so that you can enjoy the fragrance. I mean, if they do ever do it and you spot it, let me know. I don't suppose they will, but... Next up we have this. This is something I love. I think I've got another one already. It is the Argan Oil Hask, if I remember correctly. It's the Strengthen, Restores and Smooths for Dry Damaged Hair, Repairing Deep Conditioner. I do have very brittle, dry hair, and this stuff smelled great and worked a treat. Another purchase from TK Maxx before Halloween. It's a beautiful, like, pumpkin looking jar. It's the same fragrance as the last one, if I remember correctly. Oh no, Pumpkin Harvest, this one, whereas the other one was Pumpkin Spice. This was $5.99 from TK Maxx. It's a gorgeous lid on the top, and then it had the 1 wick. It's a smaller jar, that one. That was amazing. Definitely buy that again if I see it. Then I used up this. Now I know what you're thinking. This is actually men's deodorant. If you haven't seen my videos already, I have hyperhidrosis, which is an excessive sweating condition whereby I sweat profusely, and unfortunately for me, I know odour smells, but there's normal odour and then there's my odour. It's quite awful, if I'm being honest. I have to wash really frequently and use deodorant. I get through deodorant very fast, unfortunately. I do have some medicated deodorant that I use as well as this. So yeah, I thought when I saw this, I wonder, I've only ever managed to use 2 deodorants from stores in the high street which actually work okay. One of them was the Garnier one that had the crystals on the can, the other one's Mitchum. And then I thought, well actually, men tend to sweat more than women, and I'm not suggesting that women don't sweat. I mean, that's what I would have thought. Men tend to sweat that little bit. You tend to notice it more in men than women anyway. And I thought, I wonder if the formula's like that much stronger for men, or designed for men. So I thought I'd give a man's can a go. I saw this, and this reminds me of Dirty Spring Wash by Lush, which is like a minty fresh fragrance, which I really like. My whole family loves it, boys and girls, and it smells a little bit like that. It's the Lynx Ice Chill, and it's a really big can. I think it was about £3. And unfortunately for me, it didn't work as well as I'd like to have done, so I'll be going back to the ones I'm used to, unfortunately, but I did really like it. Next up we have this, nothing exciting. It is the Wilko's Maxi Oval Dual Faced Cotton Pads. Love them. Then we have this. This came in a glossy box. Now I really enjoyed it after the alcohol scent disappeared. It was such an amazing fragrance. The only gripe I have with this is I couldn't physically get the dregs of the product out. I don't know if you can see that. There's still what would be like 2 or 3 more uses in there. And I couldn't physically get that out. And I'm not into cutting things apart and trying to scrape it out. So, yeah, that was that. Then I used up a candle that I picked up last year. That was in my bathroom cabinet. This is the Spice Pumpkin scented candle from Primark. And that only cost £1. It's nice enough, but it's not the greatest pumpkin. I mean, when you've used that one after using those lovely TK Maxx ones that I had, then obviously there's going to be a clear difference. But it's alright. Then I used this. This is from the advent calendar that got a lot of bad press, I suppose, by Zoella. This is the Festive Cookie candle. I really did like this. I love her candles. They're really, really good. So, yeah, I would buy that if I saw it, but obviously I'm not going to. So, yep. Next up, I used this. I'm quite into rose scented things at the moment. This is the Weleda Wild Rose Creamy Body Wash. It worked a nice lather for me, and I loved the fragrance. Really enjoyed it, and probably would purchase it if I was on the lookout for a rose fragrance one. Then we use this. This is the Patisserie de Ban Lemon Bonbon Soap Cake Slice. I think I bought this in a pound shop. It smells absolutely beautiful. If you see it, it wasn't a cheap shop. It wasn't expensive. If you see it, do grab it. It was brilliant. It's a gorgeous lemon fragrance. Then we have this. This was another demo bath bomb that I used. It is the Darkness and Sparkles Lest We Forget bath bomb. It is the poppy. I did that for Remembrance Day, so if you haven't seen that video and would like to see it, then I'll link that for you. It's a sweet peony fragrance, and it costs £2.99, and I definitely would buy again. I am hoping that they do that again next year, so yeah. Then we have this. This is the This Works Morning Expert Hyaluronic Serum, 30 mils. I really like this. It came in a subscription box at some point. I really liked it, and I will definitely get it again when I need one. I don't. I've got a crap ton of them, so yeah. We then have this. my sister told me about these. These are simmering granules to put in your oil burner. So instead of using oil, you put these granules in the top. I hadn't heard of it until she mentioned it. These were frosted pumpkin. I'm not kidding you. The fragrance is strong and they smell absolutely amazing. These ones were orange. I've got other fragrances, so you'll see them pop up at some point. But they're so inexpensive and they smell so good. I like my fragrances to be quite strong. Yeah, I would definitely buy that fragrance again. I really did like that. By the same seller too. So I've saved the seller, I think. But yeah, that was brilliant. And then last up, we have this wrapper from a bath bomb. I got this in Poundland. It was the mermaid shape one. I don't know if you'd have seen it. It had glitter on it. This had a lot of glitter on it. The top of my bath was very, very shimmery. I don't know if they made a mistake with the amount they put on mine, but it was gorgeous. I really would purchase it again. I know that the cheap bath bombs don't compare to the likes of Lush. I've been quite a big Lushy in my time, but I do like to give other things a chance, and I do actually enjoy things that were cheaper. Not the same as the likes of Lush, obviously. You know, there are some things that just don't compare, but that doesn't mean to say that I don't enjoy cheaper things, and I like to still try them. So I would actually buy that again. You know, I can't afford to live off of Lush ones all the time now. Their prices are going up so much that I've had to stop buying so much from there. So yeah, there's that. And then for the month of November, as I pointed out in last month, I've started using candles and tea lights a lot again, and there's a lot of tea lights left in my bag. That is the last thing in my bag. There is
3, 6, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 22, 24, 26.
There's 27. One tea light lasts me one evening. If I do one during the day, that's 2 tea lights in one day. So yeah, there's 27 in there. So guys, that was my empties video. Please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching and taking the time out of your day. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Goodbye.